Hello everyone, it's Tony and I'm back with an update to my previous videos about this Ford Ranger alternator, 2003 2.3 liter, and this alternator only works on the 2.3. So if you have another alternator, another truck other than a 2.3, this is not the video for you. So this is from 2001 to 2008, 2003 2.3 liter Ranger, or Mazda 2002 B2300 2.3 liter as well, up to 2008. This is the Ford 6G alternator. There are three kinds. There are the 135 amp, which is this one, and has this size casing. The other two have a smaller size casing, and they're both the same size casing for the two. They're 105 amp and 110 amp. And the difference between 105 and 110, if you want to know which one you have for the smaller one, is that here you'll have two wires for each coming up to the diodes. And here are the diodes. So this is the 135 amp, and this is only one wire, but anyways, more winding. So to recap from my previous videos on this, the Ranger had a really intermittent charging problem. The battery indicator would be go low, and then you have the battery light, red battery light in the dash go on. And if for no reason at all it would go out, the alternator, would work well again, and the indicator would come back up to normal. And then for no reason go out again. It was really intermittent and really no rhyme or reason. Rain or shine, it didn't matter if it was raining out or something like that. So I knew it wasn't like the windings, like, I don't know, like rusting up against the casing or something and intermittently shorting out. So also when it was working, if I would put the headlights on and let's say the radio on or the fan on at the same time, you could see the battery gauge would go down and slowly creep back up. So it was even when it was working, it wasn't working right. So after doing some research, the common problem with this alternator is the regulator. Right here, so make sure you can see that. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this back together really quickly. I'm not going to bolt anything down to show you how I got to this point. So this comes down like this. I'm not going to put it all the way down because that brush is going to get underneath the bearing, and then I got to kind of push the brush in, spring. But anyways, this goes like this. On top of that, there are three bolts like this that go here, here, and here. Didn't need to take the pulley off, of course, so that's good. And I'm learning with you guys, for anyone who doesn't do this all the time. So this came off. Then there was three torque screws holding the regulator in. 1, 2, 3. And I had to take a little pin to get this brush off because it was caught underneath the bearing. It took me like 2 seconds. So I took it off. Good, great. Just want to make sure I'm buying the right one, since I guess there's three kinds of regulators. This regulator here, red cap. So I noticed something. First I was looking at this. I didn't even look at this really. Just put it aside. I just wanted to look if there was anything I could change in here, like a transistor or something, like really easy fix, because I do some electronics. And there was some gum on that, so okay, no point. And then I was looking at this, and I couldn't figure out what was going on here. It just didn't look right. So here's one. Okay, the way this works is there's 2 coils in here, and there's supposed to be 2 brushes. And I noticed after, like, wait a minute, there's a brush missing. Here's one. Yay. The other one's gone. Just nothing left of it. One brush goes here, and the other brush goes on the other one like this. That's supposed to be here, but it's not there. It wore down to nothing. And then you got this thing here that was up touching this thing. So there's 2 of these, and they're both separate coils. It's just really strange. And then, so this one here actually came up. It was touching. Maybe I'll turn around here a little bit, like this. See this side here? I was like, wait, why are those touching? They're not supposed to touch. So, anyways, this is all wore out. So I don't know what happened. Like the brush turned sideways or something, or could it be just a speck of dust and just used that until there's nothing left of it. So here's the top part of it, and here you can see there's some still left to the bottom part, but there's nothing in the middle. Nothing at all. I'm sure if I did a continuing check between the middle and this or this, there'd be nothing. In fact, I'm going to. Why? Because I can. And even if there is, it doesn't matter. So even the bottom plate, and there's continuity there. So there's continuity there. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I guess it is still there if I brush it off a lot, but clearly ruined, because that's clearly, obviously not one piece anymore. So I'm glad I took that apart, and it really kind of explains all the weird symptoms I've been having with the darn truck. Works one, works and doesn't. It's just like, you know. And one time I came around the corner, and before this, this is when my alternator was working great for 2 weeks. Then it had this really strong burn smell, and the burn smell was like an electronic transistor burning smell. It's a really unique smell. You know right away if you've ever done electronics, like, oh, okay, regulator blew. And I couldn't pin it down, obviously, because it's in the alternator. And then the battery light came on, and it was still intermittently. It worked after that a little bit, but anyways, here we are. Now it doesn't work at all. Obviously, this is why. So I'm glad I did not go ahead and just blindly order this without taking it off first, because you're going to have to take it off anyways. So take it off first, boys and girls. And this thing here, if it was just this thing, this regulator, it's only $45 if you get it off eBay. The cheapest price I found in town was $80 for this part alone. So almost half price. Obviously, try to get the expedited shipping or something if you're living in Canada, because that's where I am. Shipping is not quick. So now I know I have to replace this whole alternator, which comes with the regulator. So I'm not out that $45 and 2 weeks of waiting. So there's my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please send your comments. And like I said, I'll be posting a related video to this exact alternator. It's a professional who actually does rebuilds. Kudos to him for helping me get to the bottom of what's going on with this one. Thank you.